Okay. Next topic of the labor is labor turnover. Labor turnover means how many worker has left the company and how many of them replaced leavers. This is called labor turnover. There are different factors which we consider in the labor turnover, or labor turnover can arise because of different factors. For example, labor turnover can arise due to bad working environment, which it can arise due to lower amount of wages. It can arise because of no career growth. It can arise because worker is leaving the country due to immigration. It can arise because worker is not finding any learning opportunities or no further growth is expected. It can arise due to the illness of the worker, or it can arise due to the death of the worker. So it means always idle time does not arise because of management, or always it is not possible for, or labor turnover does not arise because of management, or it is not possible always for the management to control the labor turnover. But what management can do, they can provide better working environment, they can provide career growth, they can provide learning opportunities, they can provide career progression, better financial packages, so that it will increase the uh, productivity of the labor and it will reduce the labor turnover. So to calculate labor turnover, you must know the formula: number of levers who has replaced divided by average number of employees in 200. And average means what? Beginning plus ending divided by 2. Beginning is 5,000 employees, ending is 6,300 employees. During the year, 1,000 left and 850 replaced them. Calculate labor turnover. So first of all, we will calculate average number of employees. Beginning 5,000 plus ending 6,300 divided by 2. So labor turnover is equal to number of levers who has replaced, 1,000 left the company and 850 replaced them, divided by average number of employees 5650 in 200. So 850 divided by 5650 into 100. 15.04% is labor turnover. So this is the way to calculate labor turnover ratio. Anyone, any question? Okay, the next one is overtime. What is this overtime? Overtime means how much productive time is used by the workers to complete their job or to complete their work. Difference between idle time and overtime is productive and non-productive. Idle time is non-productive and overtime is productive. There are two types of overtime. One is called general, second one is called specific. General overtime is what? General overtime is the one which will arise due to increase in regular demand. Now customer is not identifiable when there is rise in demand, but specific is the one there is a special order or specific customer, identifiable customer. Whenever there is general overtime, then overtime premium. Now workers are working for the extra time. It is the productive time. That's why we are paying them premium. Overtime premium. It is always indirect cost. Either worker is direct, worker is direct or indirect. This is called what? This is called overtime premium. General overtime premium. Premium means additional wages than the basic wages. Next one is for specific overtime premium, we will pay premium which is treated as direct cost. Either worker is direct or indirect. Either worker is direct or indirect. So don't forget this. For example, if we talk about direct labor, if we say direct labor has basic hours 40 hours per week, actual hours worked actual hours worked like 49, which includes 6 specific overtime hours. Overtime premium 50% of basic wages. Now we will calculate different values, and different values have different treatment in the statement. First one is basic wages. Basic wages is always paid for the time for which you worked, 49 hours. What is the basic rate? Suppose we say basic rate per hour is $12. So 49 into 12, 588. Overtime premium. Now this overtime premium into divided into two parts. First is called general, 3 hours into basic rate 12 into overtime premium 50%. Second one is specific, 6 hours into basic rate 12 into overtime premium. So the 54 is overtime premium. Now basic wages of the direct labor is always treated as direct cost. Basic wages, sorry, overtime premium, general overtime premium is treated as indirect cost, although the labor is direct. And this specific overtime premium of 36 is treated as direct cost. Next one is total wages. Total wages is equal to basic wages plus overtime premium. Basic wages are 588 and overtime premium is 54, which includes both type of overtime premium. 588 plus 54. 642. These are the total wages of the direct labor, or this is the way to calculate the total wages of the direct labor. Now we will calculate total wages of indirect labor. Suppose if I just change the type of labor with the same data, then understand what will be the changes. This time we are saying it is indirect labor. Previously we assumed it is direct labor. Now it is indirect labor. Actual hours work 49, which includes 6 general hours rather than 6 specific. Rest is same. Now what will be the change? This time indirect labor basic wages is treated as indirect cost, not the direct cost, because of nature of labor is indirect. Further, now we are paying general overtime premium for 6 hours, not for the 3 hours. So the 6 This time we have what? 36 over here. And the next one is 318. So the total wages are 642. But this time, these total wages are the wages of the indirect labor. So this is the difference between direct labor and indirect labor and their treatment in the overtime. Right, everyone? Any question? Okay. So if you have no question, then we will move on to the next part of the labor, which is called productivity ratios. Basically, productivity ratios are measuring the performance of productivity. There are three types of productivity ratios. One is called efficiency, the other one is called capacity, third one is called activity. First of all, we have efficiency ratio is equal to total standard hours divided by total actual hours into 100. Now, how to calculate total standard hours? Total standard hours is equal to standard or budgeted hours per unit into actual production units. This is called total standard hours. Suppose we have budgeted hours per unit 6, total budgeted hours 60,000, actual production units is equal to 11,000. So now we will calculate efficiency ratio. Total standard hours is equal to budgeted or standard hours per unit is 6 into 11,000 is equal to total standard hours 66,000. Next one is so the total standard hours are 66,000. If we calculate efficiency ratio, is equal to total standard hours divided by, suppose total actual hours are 64,500 into 100, so 102.32%. Capacity ratio is equal to total budgeted hours sorry, rather total actual hours divided by total budgeted hours into 100. I will write the formula over here so that you will be able to memorize the formulas. Capacity is what? Capacity is total actual hours divided by total budgeted hours into 100. And efficiency is what? Is equal to total standard hours divided by total actual hours into 100. So now we will calculate capacity ratio into 100, 107.5%. Next one is activity ratio. Activity ratio. Activity ratio is equal to, for activity volume, production volume ratio or production volume ratio is equal to efficiency ratio multiplied by capacity ratio. Or alternatively, we can say what? Efficiency means total standard hours divided by total actual hours into total actual hours divided by total budgeted hours. So we can cancel out now the total standard hours divided by total budgeted hours into 100. So the total standard hours are what? Total standard hours are 66,000 and total budgeted hours are what? These are 60,000. So the total standard hours 66,000 divided by 60,000. 66,000 divided by 60,000. Okay. In fact, it is creating some trouble. Wait for a moment. Let me, yes. Okay. So now 66,000 divided by 60,000 into 100. It is 110%. So these are the productivity ratios or productivity volume ratios. This was the whole chapter of labor. We are done with this chapter. Anyone, any question? Okay.